Hey everyone, let's welcome Tony, the CEO of Volcanoes Technologies. Tony, how was your experience at TiEcon so far?
Wonderful, wonderful. It's an incredible place. So much energy and a lot of smart minds.
I think that just sums up TiEcon. A lot of smart minds coming together, for one message and so forth. Tony, your company does a very, very cool thing. You guys do from saltwater to freshwater. Now, it's a very meticulous process. But if you can sum up your process to our viewers.
Well, converting saltwater to freshwater is nothing new. It's been done for thousands of years. It's just that modern day processes are energy intensive, and that limits their utility and their expansion in the marketplace. And we therefore continue to get our water mostly from surface sources, which are easily contaminated, quasi-renewable, and also underground freshwater lakes, which are non-renewable. This causes all sorts of problems, environmental problems, political problems, budgetary problems, economic, but even more profound, in the developing world, it causes a lot of problems with human health. About half of our world's population is resident in 40 nations around the world that have chronic water shortages, and about half of all deaths among this subset of people is either directly or indirectly attributable to lack of access to safe drinking water.
A lot of people wonder, what happens to a body when you drink salt water?
Well, you become dehydrated through the process of osmosis. Salts draw water across membranes out of where it's supposed to be to where it's not supposed to be. And so that's why they say if you're ever stuck on a raft in the ocean, not to drink the salt water. It'll actually dehydrate you more. But so you don't want to ever drink salt water. But most people don't know that most of the world's water is salt water. It's not just the oceans, it's the brackish, very large lakes of salt water under most continental land masses, and it's very easy to get to. It's shallow. The problem is, as I mentioned, the cost associated with desalinating that water. In the developing world, for example, you need gentrification and utility infrastructure expansion to underserved areas in order to operate reverse osmosis or desalination equipment. It's not going to happen. Way too expensive, laborious. We need ways of getting desalination off of the grid, right, so that you can power with alternative energy sources, and that's going to require ultra-extreme energy efficiency, and that's why we're here.
And Tony, at TiEcon, it's all about inventions and also big technologies. How does these inventions play a role when you're going through this process?
Well, yeah, that's a good question. It's very interesting. I think a lot of the most profound ideas that you're going to eventually recognize over the years are, flying under the radar here. You really have to sort of think about them before you realize, yeah, that's really an ingenious idea. And I guess that's why, the venture capitalists get paid the big bucks. They can pick those out, whereas the normal people, they fly right by you. But there is a lot of ingenuity here. It's extremely impressive, and all of the technologies tie together. I mean, a desalination technology doesn't stand on its own. We're going to need sensing and analytics and informatics and ways of handling data. So, we're all a part of a large community.
Well, Tony, thank you so much for your time today.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Yeah.